guys, so as you know from watching this video, I auditioned for American Idol. It was amazing. I didn't make it, but it was such an amazing experience. So I thought that I'd just get on here and do a video talking about what it was like, because I got a lot of questions from the people that I did tell. I didn't tell too many people that I was doing it, but now y'all know, so let's get into it. Okay, so first, I did it in Seattle, Washington, and I live in California, so we flew in, right after school, I flew into Seattle, and that was Thursday, and then my audition was Friday. So we went around town for a little, drove around, you know, checked out the stuff, and then went to bed at about 10 and woke up at 3 a.m. So early. But I was pumped because I was super excited. So after we woke up, got ready, and then we were walking distance from the center that I was auditioning at. It was called like the Maidenbauer Center. I don't know if I said that right. But so we literally just walked. And it was raining. So I was all paranoid about my hair because I did my little pom-poms. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna get wet and get messed up. But thankfully our hotel had a bunch of umbrellas to use. So we got down there at 4 a.m. and there was like nobody there, and we were like, oh my gosh, is this the right place? Like, oh my gosh. And we walked up to the door and a security guard came up and he was like, are you guys here for the American Idol auditions? And we were like, yeah. He was like, okay, lineup doesn't start till 6. And we were like, okay, well, what should we do? So we decided to just stay there so we can get a good spot. And around 5 o'clock, a lot of people started showing up. Oh, and we drove by, we walked by the parking lot, and everybody was sitting in their cars waiting. So we were like, okay, let's just like stay out here. And we found like a little shelter thing to sit under. So we did that, and then about 5 o'clock, a bunch of people started showing up. And then the security guard came out and was like, okay, if you guys want to line up now, you can. So at 5 o'clock we lined up, and my dad got us a good spot in line. We were like 4th in line. So that was cool. And then at 7 o'clock they let us in, so we had to wait out there in the rain for quite a few hours, because once we lined up, where we were lined up like wasn't under the shelter. But it was cool. We had umbrellas. And like there was newsmen like everywhere, like filming, and then like people like for like radio stations and magazine stuff with like their little things you talk into, you know. So they were doing that and like pumping us up, like, what are you here for? And we'd be like, American Idol, and you know, they'd want us to like scream and act excited, but I was like, gotta save my vocal cords. Oh, and there was a bunch of people smoking. It was like really annoying because like we're here to sing, and smoking isn't the best thing for your vocal cords, and inhaling them. So my dad gave me his bandana and I tied it around my face so I didn't have to breathe that in. So then after they let us in, we had to go through a security check, and they checked all of our bags and did the like magnet thing, you know, make sure you had nothing on you. And then we walked into this big room with like a bunch of chairs. There was kind of like, then they had like a food stand where we can like buy food or water and hot tea and stuff. And on the side of the room, there was like 3 or 4 tables. I think it was 3. There was 3 tables set up. And at each table, 2 of the judges sat. But it was just the producers. So I auditioned in front of the producers of the show. So then auditions didn't start till 9 o'clock. So 7 to 9, we were just sitting in the room waiting. People were piling in. And during that time, we just like sang songs. My friend Mikey that I met, hey Mikey, he got out his guitar and he literally like led the whole group of people in like singing. We sang like Hallelujah. I don't remember what else, but it was so fun. And then like more news people came and got us all pumped up and videoed us singing and screaming and shouting and all that good stuff. And then some of the producers walked by and like videoed us and we're like, what are you here for? You know? So then at 9 o'clock we we got wristbands. So before we walked into the room, like right at the entrance, we had to walk through the little line and get our wristbands and sign in and show them our ID. So we did that, and then we walked in. And so then at 9 o'clock when the audition started, they started like lining people up. Some people had gold wristbands and some people had blue. I don't know what the gold ones were because, like I said, I was 4th in line, so I was one of the first to get a wristbands, and I got a blue. But then there was a certain group of people that were getting gold wristbands and sitting like in front of us, and they went before us too. So I was thinking like maybe that those are people that were scouted out, because they do scout people out on like YouTube and stuff and have them come audition. So I was thinking that that might be them since they went first for auditions too. So then we got in line to audition, and at each booth, so you went in groups of 3. So the lines, it was like 3 people and then like 3 lines, and then the table with the producers. And we went one by one. And then after we all went, we all walked up, and then they told us if we were gonna make it or not. So in my group was Chloe, me, and Mikey, and none of us made it, but we all did great. So then after you sing and then they talk to you, they give you like a little like, what would you call it? Feedback, you know? What they said to us was that we had amazing voices and we had a lot of potential, but me and Chloe, she was 16, I'm 17. They said that they feel like we're still really young and we have a lot of room for growth, and that we should grow more into our voices and mature them more before we make it onto a show like that, or something like that. So then after they give you your response, like if you're gonna make it or not, if you make it, you get a blue ticket and you go upstairs for the next round. There's like 3 or 4 rounds, I forget what they said. And I don't know what happens in the rounds, but there's 3 rounds or 4 rounds that you have to make it through before you officially make it to the celebrity auditions. So after that, if you don't make it, you walk back and they cut off your wristbands, and then you can leave. So that's what happened. It was really fun. But what was funny is what we noticed, like, okay, so you know on the show, like in the celebrity auditions, there's like a lot of weird people, like the ones that make you laugh, like the funny ones that are like, why are they on the show, you know? The people that they were giving the blue tickets to were the weird ones. We were like, that's a little odd. And okay, so the 3 tables, the one at the corner, in the corner, that was where most of the gold wristband people were going, which were a lot of the weird people. And then those ones were getting through, so we were like, wonder what that's got to do with. So yeah, but it's chill. I plan on auditioning next year. It was so much fun. It was an amazing experience. Even getting up at 3 a.m. to get ready, but it was really fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, that was my experience, guys. If you have any questions about it, just drop them in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to me. Thanks, guys. We have arrived to Seattle, Washington, and we're on our way to get a rental car. It is Friday. It is like 3 in the morning. I think it's like 3:30. I'm ready. We're gonna go down and get signed in. Yikes. Ah. We're here at the center. It is 4:15. The doors open at 6 a.m. So we're waiting here so we get a good spot. He's keeping the air clean for me, for my vocal cords.
2018
yeah.
American Idol.
It's raining.
Hey.
I'm 4th in line.
Try to find the back of the line.
auditions start in like 10 minutes and everybody's singing. So, I just finished auditioning for American Idol. Sadly, I did not make it. But, it's whatever. But, before the audition, I was sitting down waiting. Oh, and I was like 4th in line. I think I already said that though. So, like, I didn't have to wait too long. Nor, you know how they say, like, people will be there till, like, way late at night? And like from early in the morning. So I got there at 4 a.m. and I was only there till like 10 in the morning. So I got there and I did a poll on my Instagram on what outfit to wear. And I wore the pink romper dress with the black and white striped shirt. But while I was sitting waiting to audition, right before I went up, my butt ripped. Look how big that is, guys. And it was right on my butt, okay? So, thankfully, a new friend, Mikey, gave me his jacket to put over my bum so I wasn't flashing everybody. Shout out to Mikey, Michael Perez. Thanks, Mikey.